I'm Mia Caress with Exercise TV. Welcome to Toning Fusion. Now you might be asking yourself, what is Toning Fusion? I have taken my favorite moves from yoga, strength training, and Pilates, combined them all into a simple 20-minute workout. Anybody can do this, and I'm going to give you options throughout. All you need is a mat and a little bit of motivation. Let's get started. We're going to start with our feet hip distance width apart, a micro bend through your knees. You never want to lock your knees back. My tailbone is dropped, my belly is lifted, my chest is upright. Inhale those arms up. And exhale, diving out and forward over your legs. Bend through those knees. Round it up. Initiating with the tailbone. Head is the last thing to arrive. Good. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, diving out and forward. Bending through your knees. And round it up. Starting with the tailbone. Space between those vertebrae. And all the way up to the top. Good. Inhale your arms up. Clasp those hands together, and I'm steepling my pointer fingers. I'm really finding length through my spine here. Feet are parallel, micro bend in those knees. I'm going to take a side bend over to one side, finding space in my rib cage. Only go as far as you're comfortable. Be careful that you're not gazing towards the floor or towards the ceiling. You want to really make sure that you're all the way to the side. There's lots of breath to be had in those ribs. Come through the center, find a little bit more length here. Good, and over to the other side. Keep breathing. Check in on those knees. Only go as far as you're comfortable. Shoulders are down. And through the center. We're going to take a rest here, dropping our arms, bending through those knees. We'll take it one more time, so you can go a little bit further this time. Clasp your hands, steeple those fingers. Again, side bend. We're building heat right away. This is a really heating pose. And this is a standard yoga pose at the top. It's a standing pose in yoga class. And I love it because it really builds my heat. Go a little bit further if you can, and inhale up through the center. You're doing great so far. All the way over to the other side. Length through that spine, space between those side ribs, shoulders are down. A little bit further on this last moment, and good. Come up through the center. Relax those arms. We'll work on some squats, basic strength training. Hands are going to come. I'm going to separate my feet a little bit wider, and I'm going to bring my hands to my hips here. A squat, I'm just bending through my knees. My tailbone is going straight back. My spine is long, and my neck is connected. So be careful not to drop your head here. You want one long line. And lengthen at the top. I'm going to squeeze, but not lock my knees back. Okay, one more time. Just slowly bending through those knees. Tailbone goes straight back. Neck in line with the spine. And come up to center 8 times. Here we go. We're really getting our quads working. Good. Those glutes. Good. Your jeans are going to look awesome. Good. 4 more. Halfway there already. And then we're going to bump it up a notch. And if that's too much for you, no worries. Just go ahead and stay here. That's fine. It's the last one. And lengthen. This time we're going to squat down. Step one leg back. I'm completely parallel. My toes are tucked. Come back underneath yourself. And lengthen and squeeze. I'm going to show you slowly on the other side. Bend through those knees. Step it back long and lean, tucking those toes parallel. Come back underneath yourself and straighten. Good. Up to tempo. Here we go. If it's too much for you, again, you can just stay with that basic squat. Squat it and back. Good. We're working our glutes. We're working our hamstrings. We're working our quads. We're even working our core here. It's really, again, a heating exercise, getting those big muscle groups working to get us prepared for the rest of our workout. Doing great. Step it back. Good. Okay. Almost there. One more each side. Back. Underneath yourself. Lengthen. Good. Lengthen. Good work. Okay, we're going to now work on flat backs. We're going to bend straight at the hips here. I'm coming right over. Be careful not to collapse forward. I'm really knitting my belly button towards my spine. Coming over and forward in that flat back, not locking my knees. My arms are going to come along my sides. Bend through those knees, and as I bend my knees, my arms are going to come alongside my ears. Lengthen the knees, lengthen the arms back. and stand up from the hips. Getting everything working here. Upper body, lower body, the works. Here we go, at tempo. Flat back, good. Flat back over, use those arms. If the arms are too much for you, you can totally take them out. No worries, it's fine. You can leave your arms right at your side. You're still gonna get a great lower back workout. You're gonna get a great quad workout, hamstring workout. And when you work up to it, then you have the arms. That's all. Good. Make sure you're bending right at the waist. One more. Good. And lengthen it up. Come to the back of your mat here. Just step onto your mat. I'm going to give you a couple of poses that are standard in yoga. Inhale your arms up. And exhaling, diving out over those legs. You're going to bend through your knees and just walk your hands out to a downward facing dog. And I'm going to show you how to measure it. This is a foundation of yoga right here. Pressing my heels back, my feet are parallel and they're still hip distance width apart. I've got weight under all my fingertips and all spread out throughout my palms. We're gonna be going forward and back, downward facing dog to plank pose. In my downward facing dog, my belly is lifted, my arms are straight, my legs are straight, and I'm encouraging my heels towards the ground. You don't need to force it. You might be here today, that's okay. To measure it, I'm gonna come forward into my plank pose. And I've gotta actually scooch my feet back a little bit because my plank pose, my shoulders should be right above my wrists. That's absolutely vital. To protect the wrists, you always wanna protect all of your joints. Okay, now that you've measured that, let's press it back, downward facing dog. And we're just gonna come forward for 8 counts and hold it. If it's too much for you, drop your knees. Forward, 2, we're really working our upper body here. Working our core. You can drop your knees here if you need to, no problem. Press it back, downward dog. Belly's in, neck is long. And forward, 2, 3, 4. Press it back, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Good. Upper body workout and lower body workout, just using your own body. We're gonna do 2s. Forward for 2 and back. Forward for 2 and back. Good, last time. Back for 2 and give yourself a break. Drop those knees to your mat. And let's just take an inhale here. Getting our breath even. Again, okay, coming forward. One more time, measuring your downward facing dog with your plank pose. Here I go, I'm scooching my feet back a little bit. Belly is toward my spine. Press it back, downward facing dog. Again, basic yoga pose. This is called downward facing dog split. I've got my toes facing straight down, parallel position, coming forward into plank, lowering my toes all the way to the mat. Good, press it back. If this is too much for you, just stay with the straight plank and the straight downward facing dog. And you can work up to this. Good, 2 more on this leg. Forward. And back. Good, this time forward, switch your feet here. And press it back, other leg comes into the air. My feet are parallel, coming forward. Toes just gently touch the ground. I'm not dropping my head, it's staying on my spine the whole time. It's an amazing shoulder workout here. Really building our heat. I feel it, do you? Good. Okay, last time, coming forward, and just allow yourself to lower all the way to the mat. I'm untucking my toes, clasp my hands behind my back, lift your upper body. My palms are together, reaching for my heels, using my lower back. Lift those legs to add it, and lower. Good. Lift, 2, 3, 4. Add your legs, this is glutes, major glutes, and lower. Opening the chest, opening the shoulders, legs, and lowers. Last one, make it count. Reach for those heels, and legs, lower down. Press it back, take a rest in child's pose. Arms extended in front, my forehead's coming to the ground here. Okay, moving on. We just got a great lower body workout. Now we're gonna work more on our core and our upper body. Come forward into plank and drop your elbows to the ground. So you've got a forearm plank here. You're gonna clasp your hands together and press back, tucking those toes. I've got my belly hugged toward my spine here. I'm in one long line. We're really getting those shoulders ready for tank tops. Okay, press it back, downward facing dog. Same principle, hugging the belly towards the spine. It's a great shoulder stretch. Come forward. My gaze is right at my hands here. My head is not dropped. Really working my core. Again, this is standard yoga. Sometimes people call it downward facing puppy. Isn't that cute? Come forward. And press it back. All in the forearms here, stretching out those arms. Don't drop your rib cage. One long line here. Come forward. Hug that belly in. Core workout. Building the heat again now with the upper body. Good. Come forward and hold. I'm going to lift one leg up, just a couple inches off the ground. Hold. And lower that leg down. Good work. If this is too much for you, drop your knees. That's all. Other leg up and hold it. Good. Bring that foot down. We'll just do one of those. Bring your knees down to the mat. We're going to work on side plank, which is also something that's wonderful for the upper body. Yoga, again. Step on the outside of my foot here. I'm going to stack my feet on top of each other. If this is too much for you, just step that one foot forward, and then you've got the balance created by your foot on the ground here. I'm going to transfer my weight using my upper body here. I'm lifting with all my might. My hip comes all the way up. Bring your hand to your waist. Another option, a little bit further along, is arm towards the ceiling. Good. Over the ear if you're really up for a challenge. And back here. You can opt for any of these, even with your foot coming forward. Good. I'm really using my balance, my core. Come to a plank. Lower those knees. We're going to come around to the other side here. Transfer your arms, transfer your weight into your hand. Stepping on the outside of my foot here and lifting, 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 getting my hip as high off the ground as I can. Again, you can step that foot forward. Okay, stack those feet. Hand comes to your waist. Lift. Good. Arm to the ceiling if you want to work on that. And then over the ear, that's the final position. Any arm variation works great. Good. Back to plank. And I'm going to turn it back around. We're going to get into a downward facing dog. We're going to start really working on our abs. We've already worked on our core doing the downward facing dogs and the planks. And this, we're going to get right into our ab workout. Let's go. Okay, you remember how to measure your downward facing dog? Tuck those toes, press it back, navel towards the spine. Great. I'm going to come forward and just measure my plank pose here. Good, I'm right over my wrists. Press it back. One leg long into the air. My feet are parallel. I'm going to bring my nose toward my knee. I'm looking towards my navel. And press it back. Good, parallel legs. Use your core. Getting an arm workout, a leg workout, and a core workout all at once. This is one of my favorite exercises. It's kind of a combination, actually, of strength training and yoga. Good, press it back. You can always take a break. Just drop your knees to your mat. You're right there. Good. Press it back. You're gonna go ahead and switch those legs. Other leg long and parallel behind you. Knee towards the nose, rounding through your spine, space between your vertebrae. Looking towards your navel, pressing it back. Good. Knee towards your navel. You can exhale here. It really presses the air out. And inhale back here. Good. Knee to nose. Use those abs. And press it back. Great. Last one. We're almost there. We're going to come to a seated position and keep working on those abs. Good. Lower the both feet down. drop your knees, and come to a seated position. My feet are flat on the floor, and to find some length in my spine, I'm just going to wrap my hands around my knees here and lengthen really, really long, long, long spine. Reach your arms forward and just lower back. Using your abs and come up. There's so many variations here. You only go as far as you can. So maybe you're here today. That's okay. Here we go. Lower it back. And up. Good. Back. We're going to bump it up a notch, but this is always an option. Good. Last one. And up. Okay, this time I'm gonna raise my legs here. My shins are parallel with the ground. This is called boat pose or Navasana in yoga. And I've just combined it with some strength training so we can really get an ab workout here. Lower down, my heels are gonna come to the mat, reaching forward, and come up to center. If it's too much for you, leave your feet on the ground. It's right there for you. Good, just two more like this. Good, and up, and lower, and up. Good work. Feet to the ground. We're going to work on our obliques. You can do it from a seated position rather than on your back. I'm going to reach towards the side. My knees are going one direction. My arms are going the other. My gaze is going in that same direction as my arms. I'm going to come through the center, really find some length here, and over to the other side. Great. Only go as far as your body tells you feels good. Good. You don't want pain here, just work. And reach. Through the center, take it tall, long spine. Great. Through the center, and reach. You're getting a great oblique workout, and center ab workout as well. Lower abs, which is a lot of times a problem area. Good. This will be the last one to this side, through the center, and the other side. Good work. Okay, I'm gonna bump it up a notch. You can stay here if you need to, but I'm gonna bring my legs up, feet parallel with the ground again, and I'm gonna lower to the side and come through center. You can keep your feet on the ground if you need to, and just work up to this. Working through boat pose for a great abdominal workout. Awesome. Just two more. Good. Through the center. Oh, you did it. Good work. Feet to the ground. Lower you all the way down onto your back. Scoot up on your mat and lower it down. Feet are planted flat on the floor, and you've got parallel legs here. I'm going to place my palms down on the ground. These are leg circles from Pilates. It's my favorite core workout. While you're working it, you feel it, but you know when you really feel it? Tomorrow. Okay, lift one leg into the air. Take a wide circle out and around. Your circles can be small or big. Work up to this. My pelvis needs to be stabilized. I'm going to lengthen my other leg long, but you can opt to keep that foot on the floor the whole time. My pelvis is stabilized on the floor. That's the most important thing. That's what's making my core work. Great. Almost there. That's the last one. Bend your knees, feet to the ground, leg long. Other side. Good. Pelvis is on the ground. And I'm going to lengthen that other leg long and take two leg circles here. Pilates is just so strengthening for the core. I love it. Good. Good, you did it. Bend your knees into your chest here. Round it up. We're going to come to stand and stretch you out. Come to the back of your mat. Inhale your arms up. And exhale, diving over. Your hamstrings should be all stretched out. Round it up to stand. Closing it out just the way we start. Inhale. Great. Exhale, diving out over your legs. You had such a great core workout. Closing it out just the way we started. Inhale. Great. Exhale out over those legs. Round it up to stand. Thank you so much for working out with me today. I'm Mia Caress with Exercise TV. I'll see you next time.
New workouts are added every month. Download and work out today at exercisetv.tv/studio.